This has been one of the more eventful NFL off seasons in recent memory, from free agency to trades. Now, when it comes to free agents, as expected, most of the big names are already signed, but here are some guys who are still available. Here we have the available edge rushers. Jadeveon Clowney, one of the hottest names, if not the hottest name on this list. This past season was used as a rotational guy with the Ravens. And on that great Baltimore defense, Clowney had 9.5 sacks, which tied his single season career high. It would not surprise me if the Ravens brought him back. Then I see a guy like Yannick Ngakoue. He's been kind of bouncing around the league the past few years. In 2021, 10 sacks with the Raiders. In 2022, 9.5 with the Colts. And then last year with the Bears, he kind of tailed off. Now, he did miss 4 games last season, so I will cut him some slack in terms of production. I think he'll be another guy who gets signed pretty soon. Derek Barnett this past season was waived by the Eagles. The Texans picked him up midway through. In the regular season, really didn't make that much noise, but in the playoffs, I believe against the Browns, had a pretty good game. It'll be interesting to see where he lands. Now we are on to the available linebackers. A name that stuck out to me, Isaiah Simmons. 8th overall pick in the 2020 draft. We know how gifted he is from an athletic standpoint. Traded to the Giants after 3 seasons in Arizona. And this past season in New York, he saw more snaps on special teams than he did on defense. You know, he's still young. This upcoming season, he'll be 26. So maybe the next team will be the team that he sticks with. Then you see Shaq Leonard, Zach Cunningham, 2 players that weren't really able to stick in Philly. Quan Alexander, Blake Martinez, Anthony Barr. And then when we get to the secondary, a lot of corners and safeties who were Pro Bowlers, all pros in their prime. Xavier Howard, Jamal Adams, Justin Simmons, Eddie Jackson, Quandre Diggs, Stephon Gilmore, the former Depoy, Micah Hyde, Pat Pete, and the guy who's not on the list who is a free agent, Tre'Davious White. I know these guys aren't in their prime, but some of these guys are still serviceable, and I'm sure some teams out there are looking for some veteran leadership in their secondary. It'll be interesting to see where some of these guys end up landing.